Today on Better Health Destination Florida, we're going to be catching up with Dawn Litchfield Brown from Naples Money Managers. Discover what the Blue Zones project is all about. Laura Allwork will be talking to us about health and nutrition. And I'll be putting on some tights and riding a bike. All on this week's Better Health Destination Florida. Stay with us. My doctor said I would be lucky to see my next birthday. I was 50 pounds overweight and totally out of shape. I'm Rob, a lifelong food enthusiast. I love cooking, eating, baking, and everything associated with it. Today, I'm not exactly skinny, but I'm a changed man on a mission. You know, if I can do it, anyone can. But old temptations keep coming back. Staying healthy is a constant battle, but I am determined to win the war. Let's get started with our first episode. Dawn Litchfield Brown, an extraordinary woman in many regards. Some might say complex. Beloved wife and mother, shrewd and caring financial advisor, in-demand public speaker, well-known media personality, compassionate, selfless giver, and the list goes on and on. So what is the driving force behind this amazing woman? We'll soon learn that it's about passion and her listening to her beloved horses.
Well, hi, Rob.
Hi, Dawn. How are you?
I am great. I am so glad you made it to the Naples Equestrian Challenge.
Well, it's my pleasure, and I've heard so much about it. So tell us about the Naples Equestrian Challenge.
This is an organization that works with children with special needs, veterans who may have PTSD or have had amputees, and in general, it is our job to take these horses and use the magic communication that they have to help these children become stronger physically and emotionally.
Dawn, what is the magic that exists between a horse and the folks that you're talking about?
Well, partly it's physical, and watching a child that maybe could not sit up in their wheelchair, had to be strapped in, get on a horse, build their core, and then after some time, all of a sudden, they can sit up in their wheelchair without being strapped in.
Now, I heard there was a story about a veteran that had this amazing, experience with one of your horses. So can you tell us about that?
Yes, I'm not sure if it's more amazing for them or for us, but it was amazing. The veterans have a little therapy session with their horses. They develop obstacles for them to go through without a halter and without a lead, and they have to get them to do that with just their body language and their voices. They develop a relationship with this horse. And there's a story about Jimmy, and Bella was his horse.
And Jimmy is the veteran we're talking about.
Right, Jimmy's the veteran we're talking about,
yeah.
Was having trouble communicating. So when they were finished, the horses were lined up here at the barn to come in and eat. Jimmy was up in a little group talking about what they had happened to them during the day and what was bothering him, and he started to cry. And Bella, down here, waiting to come in, picks her head up, looks over at Jimmy, and starts trotting.
So she sensed that?
She did. She starts trotting him, and she comes right around behind him, and she puts her head right on his shoulder, as if to say,
wow,
I've got your back. Like
wow.
In the military, it would be so important.
That is amazing.
It allowed him to break down. He cried more. So Bella, sensing this, came around to the middle of the circle, took her big body and wiggled it all the way in.
You're kidding.
And put her head right down like this to Jimmy.
Oh my goodness.
It made the difference
Wow.
in Jimmy's life.
Dawn, you're such a woman of so many talents, and I know that you have a 30-year anniversary coming up, right? With your Naples Money Manager company. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, 30 years, 3 decades.
30 years.
Pretty big milestone
Wow.
to have.
And you started off actually during a rough period of time, didn't you?
We did. 1987, crash day, single biggest percentage drop in the stock market history. That was the day we opened our company.
That's amazing. So what were you thinking about when that was taking place? I mean, here you just made this big career change and all of a sudden now you're looking at doom and gloom.
Actually, I was a little too young and a little too ignorant to be scared.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I just did it.
Wow.
Come on. Come on. Good boy.
But you made it through, and now you have 30 years, right, involved in
do.
this business, so it's your 30th anniversary.
Right. We were the first fee-based planning firm in Collier County.
Wow.
And it took a long time for that to take off. Finally it did. And we are so proud. There were so many companies 30 years ago that aren't here today. Things like places like E.F. Hutton, Wachovia, Prudential, they're all gone.
They're vaporized.
They're gone.
And you're still here.
We're still here. We're still thriving.
So what is your secret? I mean, how are you able to do that? I know it had to do with service, obviously, but I'm guessing a lot of caring as well.
Actually, I think you need a four-legged stool. You know, you have to have passion for whatever you do. You have to have integrity in whatever you do. You certainly have to have some dedication and desire. When I say desire, I mean you need to be able to feel like you want to make this world better. And this is a time when so many people think no one gives a hoot.
Well, that's true.
But we really do, and so does this horse. This is part of our healthy living.
She heard you.
Yes, she did. And so what I'd like to do is give you 30 tips.
Well, what's your first tip?
Okay, first tip of 30 years
This
of
has got to be your best tip, I would imagine.
It will be my best tip, and that is to live beneath your means.
Beneath your means.
Beneath your means. By that I mean if you qualify for a house for $350,000, buy one for $300,000. But if you're going to buy a television, here's the difficult one, and it's a $1,000 set.
I like the really big ones, you know,
Yeah,
the 70
well,
inches, you know?
What can you afford? So let's say you can afford it, right?
Yeah.
Don't buy it. Buy the next one down.
You're so mean.
I am. That's part of
That's
healthy
a great
living.
tip. That's a great tip.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to be seeing far more of Dawn Litchfield Brown and learning more about the Naples Money Managers as we go through other episodes. And Dawn is going to be bringing up these wonderful tips. So I know you're going to want to hear about them, and I'm going to want to hear about them. So stay with us. Well, welcome back. I'm here in this amazing place called the Garden of Hope and Courage, and it's part of the NCH Downtown Hospital here in Naples, Florida. And I got to tell you something, what an appropriate place to talk about the next subject, which is the Blue Zone Project. And we're going to catch up with Deb Logan, who's the Executive Director of the Blue Zone Project of Southwest Florida. Come on, let's go meet her. Hi Deb, how are you?
Good.
I'm Rob. It's a
Hi.
pleasure to meet you.
You too, thank you.
What a lovely place this is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I got to tell you something. It's the Garden of Hope and Courage, and that's so appropriate to what the Blue Zones are all about, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Being somewhere where it's beautiful, you can downshift or de-stress, as we say. This is a
Wonderful.
lovely place.
Well, let's take a little walk because I
Okay.
want to hear more about, and I know our audience does, about the Blue Zones Project. What is the Blue Zones Project?
The Blue Zones Project is a community-wide well-being initiative to help people live longer better. We know that if we work with individuals and organizations throughout the community, we can help make the healthy choice an easy choice.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Well, you know, health and wellness is such a big subject these days, and everybody is interested in trying to figure out how can I live longer and better, if you will. So I would think that's, I'm not going to say it's an easy thing, but I think it's a relatively digestible and educational kind of a thing because people get it, right? They understand what it's all about.
Absolutely. I think we all want to live longer better, and we want to help our kids and grandkids do that as well.
Absolutely. Let's take a walk down over here because I do want to talk to you more about the Blue Zones Project. I have a lot of questions for you, so
Okay.
let's walk a little further.
Sounds great.
So Deb, I've heard so much about Power 9. I mean, everyone seems to be talking about it, but what exactly is Power 9?
Power 9 are the proven best practices to help people live longer better. And so, for example, one of them is purpose. We know people who have a sense of purpose live 7 years longer than people who don't.
Well, I have a sense of purpose, so that's good. So
Yeah.
I got 9 years already now.
There you go, 7 more years.
7 more.
Yep. And then moving naturally. is also
as we're doing now.
You don't have to join a gym. It's just finding places that you can walk, ride bikes, swim, etc. Also, wine at 5 is a popular one. We don't recommend it for everyone, but we do.
Wine at 5?
Wine at 5.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So
know that it's a way of downshifting for some people and being with friends and having that glass of wine. Only if people have a healthy relationship with alcohol, of course.
Well, Deb, you're such a fascinating woman, and it's a pleasure meeting you and learning about, this project. But I think you have some other things that you'd like to tell the folks, right?
Absolutely. What we have is many community champions, and your viewers are going to see some of those champions sharing what their Power 9 is and how they use that Power 9 to live longer, better.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's coming up right now, folks.
There's a secret to your well-being, Southwest Florida.
It's the Power 9.
9 simple, life-changing principles.
that are part of the Blue Zones project.
This is an important project for our community.
It's about making healthy choices easier.
It's about helping people live longer
And better lives.
Anywhere you belong.
Anywhere you go.
Let's improve our well-being together.
With Power 9
Join me.
Join me
Join me.
Join me.
Join me.
and the Blue Zones project.
in helping Southwest Florida move naturally.
Discover purpose.
Eat with a plant slant.
Wine at 5.
Downshift.
Belong.
Connect to their right tribe.
Working together with the Blue Zones Project.
All of us in Southwest Florida
Can live longer.
better.
Discover your Power 9.
At mypower9swfl.com.
Folks, welcome back, and I have an amazing person that I can't wait to introduce you to. This is Laura Ulrich, and Laura is a lifestyle coach. She's a certified nutrition and wellness expert, and we're delighted to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I want to shake your hand.
Okay, shake my
Now,
hands.
when Laura and I first talked on the phone, I was telling her I went to her website, and I think we have some commonality, but would you tell the folks about your background?
Sure. So I grew up very, very sick. By the time I was 5 years old, I had very, very bad asthma. As a matter of fact, I remember my father having an oxygen tank in my room so that he didn't have to bring me to the hospital all the time. Always having asthma attacks. Allergies, I was allergic to everything. I felt like the girl in the plastic bubble. So ever since 17, I've had an underactive thyroid. And that started my physical, mental, and spiritual torture of weight gain and weight loss and weight gain and weight loss.
The roller coaster.
Yeah, the roller coaster. And I myself have been up to a size 16 before.
No way.
Way. I went to Mayo Clinic and they just wanted to keep giving me more medications. Like everywhere along the way, people just wanted to give me more meds to try and fix me, which it didn't really feel like I was being fixed. I ended up having a holistic medical doctor. And I told her I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of being uncomfortable.
Tired of taking your meds?
Tired of taking so many medications and not feeling like I was getting better. And so she asked me to remove dairy out of my diet. I wasn't very happy with her telling me to take dairy out of my diet because what was I going to eat? I didn't know. And one thing that she said to me I use with my clients to this day, let's give it a try. What if this helps you? Give it a try for 2 weeks. If it doesn't help, you can go back to what you were doing. Within 3 days, my headache started to go away. I was very allergic to dairy, very allergic.
Laura and I do have, like I mentioned earlier, a commonality. We had our ups and downs, and my story was, it came later in life. I was actually in pretty good shape until I got into my 50s. And I actually was about 80 pounds heavier than I am right now. Yeah. And so I went to my doctor, and he said, basically, he said to me, you'll be lucky to make it to your car. Okay, and now my wife's been telling me that forever. Okay, but when you hear from your doctor,
weren't listening.
Well, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But when you hear from your doctor, it just hit home, and that started me on a crusade. I guess is a good way of saying it. I feel like I'm Johnny Appleseed to a certain degree. My mission is to help people like myself. I found a new lease on life, to be honest with you. How do you feel great and have energy and love your body?
To commit to the steps that are going to be necessary to achieve the goals that somebody may have, right?
Yeah.
Feeling better, having more energy, losing weight, keeping the weight off, loving your body, and just feeling good, right? So committing is the first step. The second step would be to remove sugar, And some people crumble
Biggie,
when I rumble
biggie,
when I say that.
biggie.
And it's not only sugar. It's sugar, it's diet sugar, it's foods that turn into sugar, which are called high glycemic foods, because then that spikes your insulin too much, and then insulin's job is to store fat.
yep.
So that's a big one. Another thing too is to make sure that you're drinking enough water evenly spaced throughout the day. And the key is to drink a minimum of 64 ounces of water. The way to make it not seem like a lot is to drink drink all day long.
Right.
So that you
kind
don't
of
have
sip. You're sipping as you go through.
So you're not having to slam 8 ounces of water, which
Yeah.
your body's not going to be able to
Yeah.
absorb anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to have you shift with me because I want to take you to my kitchen.
Oh.
Because I prepared something for you which I think you're going to like, and I want to continue our conversation.
Excellent.
Okay. I tell you, you're going to love this, and I made this all by myself.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. Is that true?
No, it's not true. I lied, but
It's fabulous.
my wife, she's the cook. She's the brains behind the outfit. I just do what she tells me to do. Why don't we invite your husband, John? He looks like a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. I'll keep him around a
Why
little
don't we
while.
have him join us?
I would love that. Thank
Okay.
you.
John, can you join us? Oh, here you go.
Good to see you again, Rob.
I'm glad you're here, John.
Thanks for inviting me
So, would you like to have some of this?
Oh, that was awesome.
And what we have here is actually portobello, grilled portobello mushrooms. You ready to sample?
I am
And I
ready
want
to
your
sample.
honest opinion. Again, because I made this stuff. Okay, so.
Because your wife made it?
Because my wife made it.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Laura Ulrich, John, her husband, moi, and we've had a great time. We really enjoyed having you on. I want you on more.
Thank you very much.
Because you're really a delight, and plus you're also so knowledgeable about health and wellness.
Thank you.
So go to her website, check out our recipe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. We'll be right back after these messages. As we've seen, moving naturally is key to the Blue Zones project, and you can't move any more naturally than riding a bike. Well, I'm here at, as you can see, the Trike Bicycle Store, and we're in Naples, Florida. And I was here last week because I needed to get a new seat for my bicycle. The one that was on this bike was way too narrow, and it kind of really hurt my fanny, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I walk in and I said, you have something that's got some like lamb's wool or something on it. And they all kind of started laughing and said, well, you need more than a bicycle seat. You need all kinds of problems. Well, I have these things that keep falling off my bike. Anyway, we're going to go inside and we're going to see my friends, Greg, Sue, and Artie. And these guys are fantastic, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Come on, let's go. Right out here, it's very valuable, I can tell you. Come on, let's go. It's going to be fun. I'm here to see my friend Greg. I hope he's around. Oh, Greg, how are you? There he is.
Rob, how's it going?
Good. Well, I got to tell you something. That seat you guys sold me last week is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's nice and wide. I love it. But you know what? I got some other problems. Things keep falling off my bike.
Whoa. It's not just your bike. It's your gear. What are you wearing? You riding this?
This is my. What's wrong with this? This is a nice shirt.
No.
Nice shorts.
Look, we
I
need
love-
something that is aerodynamic. It's form-fitting. It has some pockets. You could put some food in there.
No, wait a minute.
I need some
Greg,
help.
Greg.
I need some help. What?
Well, oh, here comes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm a baby boomer, you know, and I don't have the body that you guys do, so I'm going to look pretty weird, don't you think? Wearing something like that?
No, I can see it right now.
Okay. Well, all right.
Oh yeah.
You wanna
Don't
hold
worry.
my-
Trust
you wanna
us.
hold my parcel?
Trust us. All right.
All right. Okay. Do you wear underwear under this?
You don't,
You don't?
no, but if you want to, you can.
Oh my God.
Whatever
no
makes you more
underwear.
comfortable, you
Um, Well, let's
You
see
can.
what happens, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Get a load at that profile. So before I went out and let the public actually see me, I had to ask Greg and Sue to tell me if I actually looked presentable. Well, they helped me make a few minor stretch adjustments, and then there was nothing left to do except go ride. Wait, can't go anywhere without a hat and, of course, sunglasses. Yeah, that'll hide me. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to ride a bike. Come on. Okay, let's go outside. Do it. Daily bike riding has been shown to promote health and wellness, increase cardiovascular fitness, strengthen bones, improve posture and balance, and generally prevent and manage disease. And honestly, it's a whole new perspective on your neighborhood. Almost like being a tourist in your own hometown. Next week on Better Health Destination Florida, a brand new way to walk your dog. The best places in paradise to bring your pooch. We'll shoot pool with Joe Pavich Jr., real estate superstar. And you'll see me overcome my fear of needles with Dr. Rob Murdoch, the acupuncturist. All on next week's Better Health Destination Florida.